Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is a week overview for April 18th through the 24th. So each day has its own pile. So if you want a daily read, just click on the old timestamps in the description box. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. So I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. I just received the Wild Unknown archetypes. They're large, they're round, and I will be using them soon. So here's the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm using the Lover's Oracle here. And I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle. So I also just got the sequel to this. Kind of the sequel. It's called the Starseed Oracle. So those are two new decks that I will be using soon. Once I read the books and practice with them. So, what am I doing? Oh, I still didn't check out the placements of the planets for the rest of this month. I thought I was going to do that, and then I forgot. I made a new sign instead. So I'm not really sure where the planets are. I think the 10th, maybe? A new moon? I want to say... I feel like it was in... Oh, maybe the new moon was in Aries. Does that sound... I think the new moon might have been in Aries. And then a full moon, which I think is going to be in Scorpio sometime after this week, I think. But pretty soon. This is sort of right in between. And moving out of Aries and into Taurus already. Jesus Christ. During this week as well. So that's happening. And Uranus still in Taurus. Alright, so let's get going here. Hack 'em. Alright, so Sunday the 18th. Leo energy because of the sun. Just got sun, sun, sun. Here we come, the Beatles. Alright, so we have the Age of Light inverted. You've been training for this for lifetimes. A lot of the time when I see these Work Your Light Oracle cards inverted, it means confusion or delay to me. I think the way this is coming inverted, though, it's saying that the light is coming from within. There's an upgrade to humanity. There's a shift. There's an evolution that's coming from within. It's not an outer stimulus. It's like individual people have to choose or go online to create this, right? It's like you've been training for this, but it's not... That's in the camera. It's not like a gauntlet that you have to run. It's not like you're training for the Olympics. It's like when it's like it's like you're like it's like you're a Trojan horse and you've been sent in to do a mission, but you don't get to come out until you've been wheeled into the thick of the battle, and then you sort of open up from inside. I think that's why that's coming in inverted. It comes from an emotional place. So you have the Seven of Wands inverted. Okay, so traditionally Mars in Leo, but I've reassigned it Plutonic energy. So we have the Sun energy, Leo, and we are going to be moving out of Mars into Taurus, but Saturn is in Aquarius. The ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, which is in Taurus. And Pluto is currently in Capricorn. So there's sort of like a chain link there. But the happening with the background energy of the card itself on the Sunday. But what's going on here with the Seven of Wands inverted is like the fence is opening. It's a lot like what I said with the Trojan horse thing. Like the guard is being let down, right? We got through the gates. And the illumination is happening internally, right? It's like, it's almost like a lot of the time when I see this card, when it's inverted, it's like I'm gonna let you in. I'm dropping my guard. But here it's like, it's giving me more, it's not so much letting somebody in, it's coming out. It's like, coming out, well, I've been a light worker this whole time, and now I'm just gonna start radiating. So, kind of reiterating that. So this card, oh my god. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. But I said this is coming from an emotional place. Okay, so this person, right, somebody's ready to go online. They see internally there's this tree that's ready to burst out into the sun. So fiery imagery, and here sort of glowing, and there's technically a triangle, which is fire as well. Okay, so it's sort of like this gut feeling that it's time to start growing. Now what's interesting is that for me, Aries energy is a fiery energy. It's like something is growing. It's going to, like, I'm sending out my energy. Okay, the sun radiates from one place. It just stays there and the energy goes out. Sagittarius slings it like a sends a torpedo and it's like, here's the new energy, and sending it way over here. The Aries energy anchors in one spot and branches outward in a direction. So it's more like a tree than anything else. And we see this sort of on fire. So traditionally this does hold Aries energy, but I think there's a duality here. Okay, it's like if you haven't been online with your higher self, it's preparing to happen here. Right? It's like I'm going to, it's like in order, I'm kind of thinking of the fifth element where they have to put fire on the firestone to open it up. But here it's like taking the sun's rays with a magnifying glass and using that to start the fire that opens up this sort of internal higher being. It's sort of like your avatar is like a shell that's gonna break off and come undone. Sort of like a nested doll, where it's like each doll inside becomes more and more luminous. All right, so let's look at Monday. Moon energy with number 19. So what's interesting is we have the moon number 18 on the Sunday and then the sun number on the moon day, and it gives this sort of ecliptic kind of energy. I don't know if there is an eclipse in April, but if there is one or will be one, that might be important to what's going on. This ring is bothering me already. Okay, so we're looking at Monday, getting the mamas and the papas. Monday, Mother of Wands. Mother of God. I mean, this kind of makes me think of the moon energy here, too. We're full moon in Scorpio. Yeah, okay. I don't know why. Okay, so we have more fire energy here, though. The Queen of Wands is Piscean and Aries energy. So we're dealing with... There has been a lot of Piscean energy throughout March and April, and there's been a lot going on with the subconscious. right? These eggs are all like subconscious things that are about to be cracked open. And this is sort of like your energy as you know it is trying to either protect these unhatched concepts, or it's trying to prevent them from being released. But still, this idea is there's something about to hatch. And there's this idea of the number 13, because the queen can be a 1 or 13, of transformative death and rebirth cycles. The snake sheds its skin, just like hopping into a smaller, like taking off the old nested doll and going into the one in between. And also this representative of the Kundalini energy. But this background here is sacral, root sacral, and a little bit of solar energy, which would indicate to me that there's an aspect where it might not necessarily be popping out of the Trojan horse. It's like I'm not ambushing. I'm coming in. Like I have a glow up instead of like sneaking in and suddenly I'm like a secret agent and I'm here to put new lights in your building. It's like a little bit more razzle dazzle, a little bit more of a show. There's like an alternative method where there's sort of an anticipation of something opening up instead of sort of sneaking it in. It's like, what's going on in there? Okay, so we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So when I said come out of the cave, I heard David Bowie, come out of the darkness, catch your death in the fog. I think that's the Diamond Dogs. Yeah. Come out of the darkness, baby. You catch your death in the fog. So this is coming in inverted, but it looks a lot like that card from Sunday. So there's a pyramid and water. I said emotional. And pyramid shape, Egyptian themes. This cave is very much like that Trojan horse theme I was talking about on the Sunday. It's like this starseed person, because they're all sparkly, is just sort of hiding out, waiting to come out. And this is like, it's sort of like giving birth to what your gut tells you are all along, because the wand that the queen is holding is technically like the Ace of Wands. It's that your core drive. But again, it's sort of like there's an aspect of shyness, of kind of waiting as long as possible. It's like somebody might have to break that egg open for you. So I got a double here with these. It says new beginning. Not surprised to see that. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. And then acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Okay, so it might be that it's like this environment isn't what I wanted it to be. It seems hostile, which is a different vibration from the Sunday. It's like, ooh, no, like maybe is it even safe to come out? But I mean, even so, like if a baby's not coming out, it's going to be induced, and the universe is sort of ticking that clock. So here's this new beginning. So we have a bird. Birds also have eggs. There's a sun here behind it. Or a halo, perhaps. Higher self. And then this one. Acceptance. So we do have this emotional thing. And look, this is like nested little hearts. I feel like this is this star being in here who's a little bit scared to come out. So there's anxiety, and I'm not surprised to see that with moon energy. It has to do with secrets and secretions. It's like, I've been hiding this so long, even to myself. Like, ooh, what's gonna happen? So what there is sort of like the sun number with the moon energy is like there's illumination happening, but it's like there has to be an aspect of revealing what's keeping confidence stuck in your throat. Right, I mean, this is sort of violety, but it is sort of bluish as well. Apparently there's a throat chakra issue here, afraid to speak up. But the emotions and the core drive is kind of pushing it up, like a sandwich backing up on you. So that's something that's going to be in the works to heal through for the 19th. Okay, 3 minutes, so hopefully I'll remember to check that. So we have Tuesday, Marty, day of Mars, Aries energy, number 20. Now 20 is the number of judgment, which is actually fire, even though it's ruled by Pluto, which is scorpionic water energy. Although Scorpio is the fiery water sign, so that follows. So we have this resolution of karma, which would be stemming from what was going on in the 19th with that throat chakra issue. It's also judgment is also like passing your final exam. It's like finishing a book. It's getting through the final chapter. It's having something. It's basically like coming to full term, both in terms of scholastically or in terms of what was happening with the rebirth energy from the 19th actually popping out. Those eggs are cracking open. So we have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. All right. So this is the clearing of the karma and the increasing vibration to anchor that kind of Age of Aquarius energy. And there's water here too, so there's an emotional standpoint. I don't think I've gotten this card very much. I don't remember seeing it very often. So that really anchors that message, because again, like I said, I very rarely get this card out when I'm shuffling this deck. So we have the Daughter of Wands. This is the baby snake. Okay, so on the 19th, we have the mama snake, the Queen of Wands, with this one, like the Ace of Wands, sitting on the eggs, and it's this idea of I'm afraid to come out. Here, it's like ta-da! And now it's a baby snake with a green branch. And we have this infinite loop here, right? It's like as people open up to their higher selves, we're shifting into a different timeline. I also see, I see the number 8, but a lot of the times on the Strength card, the lion will have a little infinity symbol over its head. All right, it's sort of integrating different timelines to achieve your higher self. And then if you go back to the 19th, that throat chakra issue, it might not even be something that you know about. And if it's not, it goes back to this nested doll thing where you're connected to other versions of you in different timelines and space times. Right? There's like a bunch of me's on the same timeline right now. We're all like little dolls tied together. More like paper dolls in a chain. But then there's also nested in different times. Like there's me living my life in like 1529, in like 3000 BC, in 600 years from now. All those timelines are currently happening. It's just because of space-time. It's like it's far away in the past or far away in the future because of how we have it linearly. But here it's like there's like like a cog in a machine. It's sliding, and then all of a sudden we go click, and then it moves. And there's this energy upgrade that happens across all the timelines. Alright, so, and that, I don't know, if that's not judgment, I don't know what is. Okay. So here's this. So fire here, fire energy. And there's this tree that popped up over here on the Sunday. This like internal branching out of this core energy. And now we have something that looks like a wood nymph. And it says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. A pillar of light. Creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Okay, so that has to do with opening up the timelines and upgrading too. Is when you shift the energy, you shift the pathway forward too. And it gives you this sort of synchronicity of where you're going with your life. You start coming in tune and co-creating. All right. The possibilities are endless, infinite. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Infinite Space. Is it there's a time and place, or there's no time and place? I think it's on Tarkus. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Infinite Space. Look that one up. It's good stuff. Space. Something human race. Is that... It might be on Trilogy, but I feel like it was on Tarkus. It might be on Trilogy. I don't know. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Infinite Space, though. So we have Wednesday, Mercurial energy. Infinite space. You must believe in the human race. Okay. 6 of Swords with a rainbow. The rainbow. This feels like a jar of darkness with a lid on it, but it's raining. Oh, okay. It's like sunny up top, and this is like the oubliette. Like this is Sparta, and they kicked everybody down there, and the body's all rotted, and now it's just tangled swords. The oubliette. The 6 of Swords is usually my sailing away from the bullshit card, but this is sort of like, when my energy is raised, I no longer am susceptible to mind games, which would be the 5. What's the energy that is Aquarius? Oh, okay, it's Mercury in Aquarius. Mercurial energy in Aquarius. And we're dealing with a huge shift from Aquarian energy that started kind of in December, but really kicked up January and early February, right? This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And old ways of manipulating other people's minds aren't going to be working when your energy is raised. Not raised as in destroyed, but R-A-I-S-E-D. So we have yes, just say yes, coming in inverted. To me that, I mean, it's sort of like maybe. Here we have the trifold goddess, the mother, the maiden, and the crone. 21 is the world. Okay. I feel like this is inverted because there's this global shift with the... I'm getting interrupted because the guides are screaming at me. Capricorn is in Aquarius. Or Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn rules the world card. Capricorn energy. So yes, Aquarius. But it's coming in inverted because the entire world isn't upgrading all at once. Some people are still like, no. Some people are like, I don't know what's going on. Other people are like, aha, I'm in the rainbow. So let's see what else is going on here. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Okay, so we see that this upgrade, like I had said for the Sunday portion, it's not something that's gonna be. It's not something that like society is gonna be like, hey everybody, it's time to upgrade. It's like individual, right? You need to do what you need to do. It's like your decision to not be mind controlled by what society says or what's been the status quo or lower vibrations. It's like I make the decisions. I listen to my core energy, my higher self. I'm looking at synchronicities from the universe. I'm getting a full spectrum here. I'm not just getting a one trick pony, one note deal. Okay, so here's this. Sort of a more masculine looking character. We have an angel here, right? Angel indicates ascension in some way, and there's a lot going on in this background, right? It's like, he looks kind of sad too. It's like, why isn't everybody coming with me? I can't wait for you. If you're saying no and it's time for me to go, then I'm going to ascend even if I'm sad that you're not coming with me. Okay? The world over. Transformative, but some people digging their heels in. Mercurial energy. That's the Magician. I'm getting like It's a Kind of Magic by Queen, but a little bit of Do You Believe in Magic, which I think is my Two of Pentacles, but that's not really relevant right now. Okay, or maybe, yeah, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so we're going to look at Thursday, Jupiter energy, also in Aquarius. What we got here? Dance with life, do something to change your energy, which is exactly, it's this like internal movement that's causing it to shift. And this is something that I was talking about, but in relation to the moon especially. This is actually reminding me of the Two of Swords, the moon in Libra, because there's two people here, and the moon coming down, it's kind of balanced. It's like my perspective is changing when my energy shifts. If you're not in motion, there's a stagnation. Everything is spinning. Everything has energy. Everything has movement. The only way that anything is ever learned or information is created is through energy movement. And it's something that people can see very clearly is energy. It's like, in terms of energy, is dancing. I didn't say that right, but hopefully you figured out what I meant. So you have the Four of Wands coming in inverted. This is Venus in Aries. And I would think at this point in the month that Venus is probably no longer in Aries, having started the month that way. So I feel like this is sort of the portal closing behind that, right? Venus is, and again, I'd have to check the exact date, but Venus is moving on. Notice this is 22. Now, I just said that coming off of the 21st, that there was Magician energy because of the Mercurial energy. 22 is like the world plus another 1. In order to get 1, we have to go through the Fool again and to the Magician. And what is this? It's like presto changeo. I'm morphing the energy. This Four of Wands looks like a portal to me. Alright. Usually it's like a foundational thing, but it's like I'm looking back through time to a certain extent. And again, I started out with this sort of sacral energy, and then I was talking about the throat chakra being closed at some point, but it's like I can't go back to the way things were before. the way things were structured, the way it was built up isn't going to be working for me anymore. My grounding Venus energy is elsewhere. This tree isn't, these branches are broken off the tree. They're not gaining ground in what has happened previously. We're moving on. Right? There's this, it's like in synchronizing the timelines earlier in the week, there's other timelines where the vibration was lower, we're not gonna be able to anchor into them anymore. Alright. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. Are you fucking kidding me? A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Faith, I mean, if you're religious, it could be that. Faith just means I'm trusting in my own energy. I'm trusting in synchronicities. I'm trusting in co-creation with the universe. And that without these old familiar things, I'm still going to be okay. Right? That's what the faith means for me. I can't believe I said timelines closing and it said the past is now behind you. And here's this. I mean, so there were those nested hearts from the other day. The last time I used these cards, I got both of these cards out too, I think. Right? It's like they're no longer nested. They're all coming out. Like all of... And then just the ascension in general. It's like my brain is firing on both hemispheres. I'm expanding my emotional intelligence and my psychic receptivity. And again, it's because things are in motion. Right? You know, if an engine doesn't stay in motion for a certain amount of time, it starts to break down, things freeze up, the metal starts rusting together. This is the same kind of thing. Alright, so that's Jupiter energy, and this is that Sagittarian energy where there's an arrow being shot. It's like, fling, and it goes over here. The arrow's not coming back. You can't go back through. You know, it's like this arrow, once it has like an explosive tip, so once it hits its target, it goes boom, and you can't fire it again. You can't just put it back in and say, okay, we're doing it again. You gotta use a different thing. Okay. Alrighty then. So we're gonna look at Vendredi, the day of Venus, Friday, the 23rd. Alright, so I see 5, which could be the Hierophant, Taurian energy, which is also Venus. It also could be the High Priestess and the Empress together, which to me equals the Hierophant anyway. The union of the spiritual and the material. A balance between co-creation. Okay. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Alright, so double mission, that's 2, right? That's 2 different people. And even Venus is ruling 2 different signs, right? Taurus and Libra. Okay, so channeling and uplifting humanity. Now this whole week is about like expanding energy to these higher, to the higher self and so on. And it's talking about this global thing, right? Uplifting humanity. Now, not everybody is going to be Pleiadian. In general, though, I mean, people live a bunch of different lives all over the place. So even if you don't sense it as like an origin place, a lot of people picking up for this reading are going to feel like they at least have, you know, been there for a weekend, let's say. You know, it's like, I feel like personally, I don't feel that connected to the Pleiades, but you know, it's like I've been there. I got the t-shirt. I put the sticker on my spaceship that said this spaceship toward the Pleiades. You know, like, I understand the vibe. And I was like, this place has got everything. You know, so it's like I understand what's going on. Like, I lived there for a couple years. I'm not from there. A lot of people I know are from there. Ugh. So the general idea is that this Aquarian uplift and timeline sync is sort of like a project that's being run out of the energy from the Pleiades. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think Orion system, Pleiades, and the Earth system were born... No. Something, the Pleiades and Earth are all originally spiraled out of this star nursery near Orion. I think that's how it happened. So they're like related, but they're not exactly the same. I think that's how it is. The Pleiades are sitting in the constellation of Taurus, though, the Seven Sisters, which is probably why it's coming up with Taurus energy. But again, this like, it says double mission, right? It's like, connecting to your higher self brings in this idea of like, okay, I'm getting the message, but it's like, oh, I didn't realize that it doesn't really matter what I do with my life. It just matters that I'm here and I'm going around changing the energy signature. It's like, this is not what I thought it was. I didn't realize I wasn't just here for my own soul growth, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But again, it's not as easy as I thought it was, but this is an explanation. Alright, so I got a double here with these cards. Six of Wands, the butterfly transformation. Look at this, Neptunian and Uranian energy. Alright, the blue-green twin planets. Neptune and Uranus. So we have the collective consciousness and the subconscious melting together to create transformation here. Six of Wands is the victory card. It's Jupiter in Leo. So we're going back to the Jupiter energy, Sagittarian slingshot energy from Thursday, and the Leo energy from Sunday. We're coming in on Venus, and we're giving birth to this like dreamscape, kind of. It's like the tide is turning. We're winning with this upgrade. No, this is coming in inverted. The 8. The 8? Oh, that's the 7. The 7 of Pentacles. Now, I do see 6 and 7. I see that as a transformation, but it's like, usually when I see the 7 of Pentacles inverted, it tells me impatience. Capricorn. No, Saturn and Taurus. Saturn and Taurus. So, Saturn is Chronos, Father Time. Oh, Taurus is where the Pleiades are. And I get this idea that there's some entity energy involved that was saying to the Pleiades, what is taking so long? But ultimately what's happening in the middle is victory. It's like, dude, I told you I'm coming. Have patience. The beamer, it's like Scotty. It's like, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. You know, like trying to fix the beam thing. It's not the holodeck. What's it called? You know, the thing with the tube and the light and the beaming. Scotty's always trying to fix stuff. Manifesting miracles. Your dream, right? I said the subconscious, is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. All right, so here's that tree again and infinity again. Yin yang energy, which has to do with movement, and here's heart for emotional. This is like an ink, I guess. I don't know. But again, this idea of this energy that's sort of expanding out from a central place. But the message seems a little bit strange here because the only card that isn't saying, like, where all systems go is this Seven of Pentacles inverted. And I think the reason that it took so long is because it was trying to be anchored in an energy or timeline that wasn't suitable. Because if we go back to this Thursday energy, there was this portal where the foundation can't be built on the old way, and I think that's why it took so longer than expected. Okay. So let's look at Saturn energy for Saturday. 24, which breaks down to 6, which is the Lovers, which is healing or a choice, like a weighted decision, or it's the masculine and the feminine coming together, or it could be the High Priestess and the Emperor. So we have this psychic feminine energy, which I associate with Piscean energy, the subconscious downloads and stuff like that. And the Emperor, which is the Aries energy, the that anchoring in one spot and expanding outward. All right. So, let me do this one. Okay. So, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Okay. So it's like, here it's like, oh my god, I didn't realize I was on a mission. Now it's like, okay, but where do I go? What am I doing? This to me is like in the middle of the heart center. It's like I'm trying to get in tune with myself, right? I just got beamed down. I need to get my bearings. Like, which way do I go? Son of Pentacles inverted, so that's the Knight of Pentacles. And his energy, Leo and Scorpio, is that right? Oh, Leo and Virgo. Duh. Okay, Leo and Virgo. But coming in inverted. And then I have the Five of Wands, which is traditionally Saturn in Leo, and I'm going to keep it that way. Okay. So the difference... Okay. So for me, when I see a knight inverted, it tells me the Hanged Man, which tells me Piscean energy. And a Leo inverted does tend to tell me moon energy too. Sticks and antlers, muscle fibers. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Five of Wands is usually the combat card. And a lot of the time, the Knight of Pentacles inverted means he's speeding up. But as a hangman, it's like, again, this is like, where am I? Like, am I walking... Am I on the fast track to getting my ass kicked? Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So the feminine and the masculine in this snake here. So I did start out with a snake energy. Well, I mean, not quite start, but on Monday there was a snake energy. On Tuesday there was a snake energy. I think I want a little bit of clarity here. I want to clarify power. What is going on with the masculine and feminine energy? Knight of Cups and Judgment. So many cards flop out on me. The Nest, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress inverted, the High Priestess inverted, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. Okay, so if this card is inverted, it can be rapid. This is rapid communication or something happening quickly. This is like, I can't see what's happening. Which, with this card, is like, again, it's like, where am I going? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Right? I'm not getting, like, my connection to the universe is down for a minute. But we have this Judgment here where it's like there's like something's finishing off, something's completing. But this Empress also inverted. It's like there's a balance or grounding that's off, but I see these together. And if the Empress and the High Priestess are together, it's telling me Hierophant, which is, it could be like a getting married energy, but it's like the union of the material and the spiritual. It's like I'm not connecting on a higher level to the universe or to the material. It's like I'm like floating around in space and I can't get my bearings, and it's like I felt threatened and my energy level dropped until I was confused and didn't know what I was doing. It's sort of like I was scared to, it's like I didn't want to let anyone in, right? This is like I'm on my own, because I thought they were gonna, it's like, how do I explain this? How am I going to explain this? There's an essence of not trusting other people because you think they're going to be out to attack you or like mess up your little personal like nest egg or space, because you've lost a little bit of connection to the universe and you're not quite sure where you're going. But there's this idea that level up is coming quickly. And the way to overcome this disconnect is to remember that you're in charge of your own power. And if you think that other people have power over you, they're going to. But you don't need just a couple of dirty old feathers. You need the whole bird here. It's like, wait, I don't need to be out of my power. I don't need to give up my sort of ability to steadily move forward in the material world, right? It's like it's all a distraction. There's like what I see around me isn't necessarily what's real. What I need to get back to is holding hands with the energy coming out of my heart center, and then I can take that as like, I'm seeing like a pair, like two, like a pair of boots just sort of like marching forward steadily, right? It's like I take hold of my heart center and then I start to trust my path again. So that was a little bit convoluted, but it's this idea of like doing so much work that to get somewhere, that once you get there, it's sort of like your whole system just like derps out. You're just like, duh. And there's this like, oh no, somebody's gonna come and take this away from me, or like now that I'm finally on my mission, someone's gonna come and kick my ass. It's there might still be challenges, like, because you, as a knight, as a sun, as a knight, you'd still have the armor on, but it's like, it's sort of like reminding that now that you're on your mission, you have to remember that once you level up, and people might try to come for your light, you say, I choose or I don't choose. Like, I still remind myself that I say who and who does not get my energy. It's like, just because I'm at a higher vibration and I might have more energy to distribute doesn't mean that, you know, everybody who gives me the evil eye is going to get a suitcase full of my energy. All right. So I'll end it there. And put this here. If you'd like to get a personal reading, yeah, I made a new sign today. It's almost identical. If you want to get a personal reading, the list of readings I have and how much they cost is going to be in the description box underneath here, down underneath. The if you'd like to donate, energy exchange, hit that tip jar. It's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can follow me on social media. I have some coloring books, dark poetry book, merch, and prints, actual art items here on Etsy, and then a 17% off coupon for Etsy right here. If you go through the link tree, it should pop in right there. So that's linktr.ee/cattheminion. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.